good. You need to know evil to truth seek. Unbelief we must reconcile. See, hear and speak. No greater cause than to let the secret of love's light leak. Unpause no more, open the truth and cry out. See, hear and speak. No blind light to lose your way. No deaf ear to truth today. No voiceless heart, let me hear you say, see, hear and speak. See, hear and speak. See, hear and speak. Hello there. I feel there are a lot of movement-based and size comparison word pictures, illustrations that are coming to me in this beginning. Short but sweet. Unlike me. And reaching for the stars to some degree. That was one that literally just came to me, didn't come to me during the intro. Stepping to the side. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to step to the side now. Take a look. Barbara, thank you so much. I've shared this in previous video content. I'm sure you can just about hear me. If I do share this in Spotify, I've just stood to the side of the microphone and I'm wearing a t-shirt that's got the artwork for the album, OverSoul, the reFORM. I want to give dimension. I don't want to over-explain, like I've already said. It won't be a lengthy voice content here. I'll let the music speak for itself. But I do want to give a little bit of content and context as to the album OverSoul, the reFORM. The previous album, Inside of Me. Thank you so much, first of all, for all those not only listening, but connecting, who've shared their thoughts towards the album. The album's not gone. It will always be there. I will be sharing the songs from the album in lives, in TikTok particularly. And it comes from a place of 18 years ago, really. And I think that's where OverSoul, the reFORM, comes from, but perhaps even longer. Part of this past, present and future journey that we're making together. I released music, I can't even think how many years ago, 5, 6 years ago possibly was when I began, under the name OverSoul and the Architects of Passion. You can see the spelling at the top there. When I do speak to text, it's always oversold. I don't think it is, not yet. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when it is oversold. I'll let you know. But it is OverSoul, which really is a representation. There's no personification as such, quite the opposite. OverSoul for me actually came from a place that I didn't even know what it meant. OverSoul and the Architects of Passion. Yes, I did have some Bowie-esque influence. Ziggy and the Spiders from Mars. That was kind of a thought, and people said that's a long name, and I thought, well, Ziggy and Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Yeah, that's not long. And perhaps maybe there might be people who said to Bowie, that's a bit of a long name. I would suggest probably not. So I chose to not concern myself with that thought. Why did I release music under that name? Because I felt there was songs that I was writing that ultimately were coming from me, even though I did feel I was receiving them as a conduit. I feel that's where most creativity comes from. Yes, lived experience, but we allow ourselves, we open ourselves to receive, and then we transmit. And as all human beings, that's what we're doing. So I was receiving these messages which I felt spoke about the societal condition and systemic issues, corruption, hypocrisy. And not because I wanted to remain secret, but because I wanted that to be, that's that dimension over there. That's OverSoul and the Architects of Passion. That's the genre, the style, the energy is more that. Then there's Ray Coates. And there was, of course, other things, and there is other things going on as well, particularly at the moment, Judea Gaze. Yet all of these creative energies linked together, and you'll get this even more than I have done. I'm the center in the sense of everything that's creating from me. Yes, I might be creating with others, not as much at the moment, because I'm focusing attention on the conduit of what comes through me. But not only that, I'm now expanding that through the podcast Being Human with You, to extend to all of us collectively as human beings. So that was how OverSoul and the Architects of Passion originated. Very societal, very systemic messages. But then I thought, well, that's taking time, ironically. We'll come back to that in a moment. That's taking time to share. And I'm working, I'm focusing on what I'm releasing as Ray Coates. There were other projects going on at the time. Minstrel and Bard, Graham Kite, The Architects, solely with Mark Walker. Mark Walker creates across all of the creative projects I have at the moment, and it's incredible what Mark's added. Very unassuming, very doesn't do anything in social media. Respect. I respect that, but Mark, I cannot stand here and underestimate Mark's more than contribution to what's been created and what will be created, what is yet to come, the future. So I wanted then to not even package, I wanted to retrieve, I wanted to reFORM these songs. Now this must have been long enough ago, before the political party. And not because I have fear. I'm not aligned to any political party at all, and I won't be. Unless there's some extreme radical change. And when I say extreme radical, I mean in comparison to the absolute farce that is whoever the political party is. That's not a political statement. This is where people say, you're getting very political. Not at all. And that's a statement of fact. They're all as bad as each other. But I wanted to stick with the reFORM, and there's a reason for that, because there are other projects coming that will have something around that energy. And for me, life and where we are as a human race, no small thing. Just make a brief comment, Ray, about everything. The entire human race is we are at a point of the need for reFORM. reFORM on many, many levels, definitely not just a political party with that name. reFORM in the sense of the energy that's required to renew, to bring about, I will use it because I thought the word, to bring about a rebirth of the human race. There's nothing religious in that. Spiritual, yes, but not in a sense of trying to prescribe, preach. We are creatures, especially I would suggest through creative purpose, who are spiritual. And whether that is directly creating, transmitting, or receiving. We appreciate art, music. Look at the t-shirt. That's artistic of Barbara, fact. And I appreciate that very much. It's on my heart. So, we can share in that together. The album, at time of recording, has not officially been released on all platforms. So here comes a leap. There's another movement, another size dimension, if you like, a leap of faith. Perhaps maybe a step, maybe a leap's a bit strong. I don't know if the album's going to get out there because there were issues around it. There were publishing issues in terms of it had previously been released. All of the songs are rearranged, not massive changes, but rearrangements. Yet, it was kicked back by the distributor. With the artwork, I needed to add OverSoul and the Architects of Passion, kicked back. So on a physical level, I had to keep jumping through these relative hoops. At times, 11:11 at time now I'm speaking to you. I don't feel this is coincidental. That's happened a couple of times recently. I do feel at times things are made difficult for the independent. If you're part of the system, I think at times it's easier. I'm not suggesting I'm not, because I work, because I've not gone off grid. I'm not in a position to be able to do that. I wouldn't even necessarily tell other people to do that. You need to have the means to be able to do that. We're in the system, we're in the world, but no part of it. And I feel, some of those religio statements, of course there's truth in them, as much as there is in a social media post. Somebody hears that as controversial, fine. There's energy that comes through all of us. We receive messages. Where they come from, I'm not going to prescribe, I'm not going to preach, I don't claim to know. I'm actually in some ways not really wanting to concern myself with that thought. And that's partly previous experience. Yet there is something. Yet it's beyond. It's beyond. So that's really what OverSoul the reFORM is. The songs came from the spirit of a form of guidance, and that's why I do a lot of what I do. It will be wonderful, the greater connection that there is, of course, as we expand into growth together. More people become aware. Fantastic. Regardless, I'm going to do what I'm doing. I welcome it. I'm certainly not minimizing, not at all. There could be thousands, millions of people connecting with what's being shared. Wonderful. Because I really, really do feel deep. Hear that? And speak it, see it. I really, really do feel deep within me that something is moving this. Yes, I've had my own experience. I've had my experience of restriction, limitation. I've thought many, many times and very deeply and reflected intricately on why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Because I feel moved to create something that is human-centric. It's not left, it's not right, it's not black, it's not white, it's not me, it's not you, it's not male, it's not female, etc., etc. It's not young, it's not old. It's being human. And OverSoul, the reFORM, really does speak of that. So does the album Inside of Me, so does the podcast Being Human, so do songs and that I've previously released with others. I'm not turning my back on those. If you check out my Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube, wow, there's a collection. It's varied. I don't want to be hemmed into, and I don't think we should, one genre, one dimension. You sit within this. No, that's not who we are as human beings. I do believe in the message getting out there, but I'm not particularly concerned by making it a narrow marketing campaign. Energy is what this is, and energy is what we have, and that's what I share with you. OverSoul, the reFORM, 10 songs. I may not have them all as the outro, but hope, yes, I do hope, Friday, May the 15th, 2026, it's absolutely everywhere. Even if not, it should be. I wrote the songs, and Mark Walker 100% contributed, very much more than contributed. We've created how to make your own society, the penultimate track. Definitely. Mark actually began to compose the music for that song, and I was influenced by what he was playing, and then the song. Others are involved as well. I want to say Michelle Roach, very much so, in the messages, and particularly under the OverSoul and the Architects of Passion versions of the songs. Graham Kite, I mentioned earlier, Minstrel and Bard. Not on this album, but released under the name OverSoul and the Architects of Passion. Hey man. Huh. Wow. So this is what this is. And my feeling now is it's us coming together. It's me, it's you, it's us coming together in this place. Check out the album, listen, share, let me know the vibration that you feel as you listen to the variety of songs. Go to some very, very deep places, some very challenging places in terms of messages, theatre of hypocrisy, for example, Streets Cry. I'm not going to share all of the songs, but if it's not everywhere, it's definitely in Bandcamp. And it's a great place to go, because by going there and downloading the album, you're supporting not just this album, but the future, and how we can grow and expand together in being human, which is beyond belief. It's beyond belief system. In being human, there is no division. OverSoul, the reFORM, very much about that. I'm not against religion. I'm not against politics per se. Definitely against corruption. Definitely against abuse. And we all should be. And that's part of being human. So we can have our beliefs, but don't use those to alienate each other. We are not alienation. We are not isolation. Together. So thank you so much. I will split bits of this up, and the platform I use will do that. Go to the album, OverSoul, the reFORM. Download, stream, listen, and share. Until next time, take care. And there is more coming, and there is more still here. Love your comments. Thank you so much, and look forward to being with you very soon. Bye-bye. Let your light shine. Wander down the narrow lanes that lay across the pathway of my innocence. Loyalty had shaped the younger me, but dawn is now closing on the year of defense. How can you gather the pieces of yourself once fractured? How can you heal a soul schism, move your mind? Truth's never really hard to find. From prison to eternity prison. Let your light shine. Let your light shine.
it sound? Follow the science. Time's reliance. Is it flat or is it round? Money trial, blind compliance. Is the research found? Follow the trail, systems rigged to fail. Time marches to its own sound. Time flows. Hold it, don't waste it. Time flows. Eat it and taste it. We are here beyond, in the moment gone, never lost in the throng. We are here, more than one song in a clock, our time to belong. We are here, we are here, we are here. Be long. Revolution, no control, constitution. Isn't it ironic how it flies? Weigh every moment amount, make every tick count. For time marches. Are you sitting uncomfortably? Then let's begin. Open the chapter to today's conditioning. They're marching armies, they're counting sheep. They murder by numbers, they're murdering the meek. If you're an original sinner with original sin, apparently heaven said you can't get out, but you sure as hell can get in the theatre of hypocrisy. Heaven said to hell. I am cathedral, my very own temple. I am heavenly. Oh, I am cathedral. Cut between your killing me with your touch and pure insanity. Heavens through your knowing temple play, a heart by night, a saint by day. Come inside, I'm your shrine. Come inside, I'm your shrine. I am cathedral, my very own temple. I am heavenly, alright. I am cathedral. Come worship me. One side of the glass. One side of the glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught the fish of my mind alive. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's conducting me right now. In the vision transfixed, in the room created bliss, spiraling, so inspiring, galaxy starman. You opened our eyes wide, galaxy starman. Long live, long live. Communication with the starman. He's protecting me right now. Sane admits he's sending me this gift. Oh yes, spiraling, so inspiring. My God.